Good evening, everyone. Gordy Kosfeld here in New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva High School's gym. Yep, the home of the Panthers. They get ready to tangle with the Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights in Gopher Conference basketball action. Now, one team, the Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights, are in the East Division. New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva is in the West Division of the Gopher Conference. Our broadcast tonight is service of Amesbury Truth, the Security State Bank of Kenyon. Also by Wanamingo Mutual Insurance Agency, by Kenyon Ace Hardware, H&R Block with offices in Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville, Milo Peterson Ford, Federated Mutual Insurance, Todd G. Jewelry in downtown Kenyon. They are all bringing you our broadcast tonight here from New Richland, Ellendale, New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva High School, NRHEG, Big Panther logo at midcourt. We are on the stage at the end of one court. We'll be at the Kenyon-Wanamingo end in the first half. We'll be at the New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva end in the second half here in Panther Country. I love the matting here behind the basket, at least on the other end. Of course, on this end, there's a stage on the top half of the wall. It would be a wall. And the matting, of course, is below my feet because I'm sitting on the stage. I am sitting not too far from the New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva bench. The scores table is at midcourt to my left. I will pretend while I'm broadcasting this game that I'm sitting at the scorer's table, which means Kenyon-Wanamingo would be going left to right, and New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva right to left on your radio dial in the first half. This should be a really good game. New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva is 0-1 in the conference. They're 2-7 overall. The Knights are 6-5 overall, 1-0 in the conference. The Knights coming off a 76-31 win over Medford the other night. In Medford, that was last night. And New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva has not played since a holiday tournament at Bethany Lutheran College in Mankato, Minnesota. They have lost 4 straight. Their last loss to Fairmont in that tournament was 66-33. They want to get that taste completely out of their mouths, right? Dan Schmidt is their head coach, does a great job. And, of course, Brent Lurkin does likewise a very good job for the Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights. Coach Lurkin, a Kenyon-Wanamingo graduate. I can't remember if Coach Schmidt is. I'll have to find that out. Of course, every week we've been visiting on our New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva Coaches Show on Saturdays with Annika Peterson, the head girls basketball coach. They are in Kenyon tonight to play the Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights in the Castle. And main reason we've done that is they are on a tear. I think they may have lost one game so far this season, the girls from New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva, and that's why we visit with Coach Peterson on Saturday mornings. Hope you can tune in. If you can't listen during the time frame that we have, I can't remember now if it's 9:20 or 9:30, the New Richland show is on the air. It's in that time frame. If you can't listen during that time, we record all the shows and put them in a Southeast Minnesota Coaches Show folder, and that's not going to happen this weekend because I'll be on the road in Moorhead, Minnesota. But we'll probably get them up on Monday morning. That's typically what we do, and when we can't get to it on the weekends. So it's live on Saturday morning, and then it's on tape and available to you in that folder on our KDHLradio.com website. Under the Radio on Demand tab, go into the Coaches Shows folder, and there it is. Also in there is a Gamecast folder. This game that we're broadcasting tonight will be recorded and will be available not long after it concludes on our website, KDHLradio.com, in the Gamecast folder. So make sure you take advantage of these great opportunities. What I love about it is when I was a kid, I used to love listening to the call of the games on the radio. You know, that's probably one of the reasons why I went into this. Always dreamed of doing radio play-by-play, and I'm living my dream. Now, I'm not the voice of the Twins or anything like that, which is kind of what I dreamed of. But I enjoy my job. I get to see a lot of good athletes in their younger years, right, as they're developing as athletes. And that's a lot of fun. But I sincerely hope that you take advantage of those great opportunities. As I said, when I was a kid, I used to love listening on the radio to hear your name on the radio. It's kind of a cool deal. And so all these athletes can listen to our call of their game right here on the mighty 920. Not long after the game. I'm not sure exactly how long it takes to populate in there. I'm going to guess less than a half hour after the game's over. Certainly want to thank Dan Stork. He's the activities director here. He got me a table. He got me a chair. He even plugged in my power here. What a nice guy. As we're on the stage at New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva High School. The JV, by the way, for New Richland absolutely took it to the Kenyon-Wanamingo JV. The final score was 44-30. 44-30. It was very close when I got here, so I don't know what that means, but it was. And 44-30 was the final score in the JV game. By the way, I did stop by the concession stand here. They have an outstanding one. They are actually, last time, they were a finalist, and they are a finalist again this year for our Gordy's Gourmet Concession Stand Award winner. I have Todgy Jewelry make me a really nice plaque that we give to the school, and they can do what they want with it. It's kind of cool to go to Goodhue and Kenyon-Wanamingo and see their plaques in their concession stand, so they must be kind of proud of the award. I awarded those before COVID. I have not had one since. This year I'm thinking, last year I was going to resurrect it. For whatever reason, I never got that done. So we're going to try and get it done this year. This school is a finalist because they do have variety here. Now, I just happen to pick, in my opinion, the off night. They kind of rotate between pizza, I was told anyway, by a local person, and pulled pork sandwiches, and I happen to come on the pizza night. I kind of like those pulled pork sandwiches because you don't get them everywhere, right? But that's variety. That's one of the reasons why they're a finalist. They have variety. They don't have the same thing each and every game. So if you come to every game, you have to eat the same thing every time you come. No, that's kind of monotony in my book. I like variety, which is truly the spice of life. However, I was sad to hear and taste that Steve's Meat Market wieners are no longer part of the hot dogs here because they have a food service that I was told their rules don't allow that. Tell me that makes sense to have a rule that doesn't allow you to have a local vendor in your school. That's my editorial for the night. When we return, we'll take a look more at these two teams. New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva still on the floor. They're warming up with a bit of 5-on-5 in the half court. Kenyon-Wanamingo is getting final instructions. Well, actually, they just now came back on the floor, and they're in front of their chairs. They're cushioned chairs. I'm sitting on a plastic molded one here on the
Every
stage.
part counts at Amesbury Truth, and the most important one is the part you'll play when you join their team. As the leading provider of window and door products in North America, Amesbury Truth has a part for you. Right now, they're hiring. And those positions come with competitive wages, benefits, and plenty of opportunities too. So you never stop growing. Isn't it time you open the door to a career at Amesbury Truth? Get details and apply online at atcareers.com or amesburytruth.com/careers.
The Security State Bank of Kenyon is celebrating their 90th year in business. Born in 1934 out of the Great Depression failure of 3 independent banks, Security State Bank of Kenyon was chartered July 23, 1934, and has been delivering community banking services ever since. Still family-owned and operated, Security State Bank of Kenyon is dedicated to the financial needs of area farmers, businesses, and individuals. The Security State Bank of Kenyon says personal service, it's our style. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Since 1876, Wanamingo Mutual Insurance has been protecting people in the Wanamingo area with agents who know the community. Daryl Clavin and Bonnie Herman are joined by Faribault Insurance and GMI Insurance Wanamingo to provide auto, farm insurance, homeowners, business owners, workers' comp, inland marine, and umbrella liability protection. Phone 507-824-2912 for details. Wanamingo Mutual Insurance, a non-profit company developed to help neighbors. Main office located at 209 Main Street, Wanamingo. Well, they're lining up for the national anthem here. I don't see any band. So I'm going to guess that they're going to play a recording.
And your Richland Heartland Alabama Panthers. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise if you put your hats and stand respectfully for our national anthem.
Well, they're getting people all revved up here. Kenyon-Wanamingo. And with a little different lineup than we saw against Cannon Falls over the holiday break. They will start Aldorfer, Mills, who's jumping center, the 8th grader, Hedin, Steberg, and Mason. Tuttle jumps for New Richland, and Kenyon-Wanamingo wins tap. They have knights emblazoned across their chest, white uniforms with red trim. Aldorfer takes one dribble at the top of the key, pass it in the right corner. Mills drives the baseline, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Mills. But Joseph Mills gets called for the offensive foul. Like he was trying to avoid the young man, but the Knights will put on some pressure here as New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva was trapped. Now they've got a 3-on-2 break and a block by Aldorfer of the shot by New Richland. Wow. Going in was Jackson Cruz. He's a 6'7" senior, leads the team at about 15 points a game. As the Panthers line up like dominoes left side of the lane on the top of the key for New Richland. A good ball movement underneath, and a block by Mason of another shot. 2 blocks on 2 shots by the Knights. Steberg goes right in, left-handed layup, made it. Steberg with a left-handed layup just took it right to the rack, and it's 2-0. Kenyon-Wanamingo again putting on some trapping pressure here against the Panthers, looking to bring the ball up, and that's the 10-second call that they were looking for. They were just kind of lollygagging up the court and end up turning it over. You still have to get it over 10 seconds. Even though there's a 35-second shot clock, which frankly I don't understand that rule. It shouldn't be. If you want to use 30 seconds to bring it up the floor, use 30 seconds. Nobody wants to do that. When they brought in the 35-second shot, they should have ended the 10-second half-court rule. Steberg is at the free throw line. He'll turn around, shoot, and score. Another swish. So Steberg has all 4 of Kenyon-Wanamingo's points, and they're up 4-0. They almost got a steal on their full-court trap. Dexter Lee bumps into Mason, ends up losing the ball in the process, and the Knights are coming back the other way, trying to put more points up on the goose egg they have on the Panthers. Steberg. Deflected pass is picked up by the 8th grader, Adine. Mason has it out front. He's a senior, dribbles down the right side of the lane, goes in off glass and scores. Zach Mason. And the Knights are looking strong here, up 9-0. To start this game, there's a shot up and in as Kerr scores his first bucket to make it 9-2. Aldorfer bounces it out to Hedin. Hedin passes it inside the paint. Shots up, no good. Contact, no foul as Mason went in for the layup and going in. That might have been a travel as Kerr scores. I thought he took 3 steps. But I'm not the official. Mason out front with a basketball, fakes the shot. Here's a 3 by Steberg. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Tuttle. Lee has it on the left wing with a high black sock on the right leg and the low black sock on the left leg. Here's a turnover again by New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. Their 3rd. Mason gets it to Hedin in the corner. As Aldorf will shoot the triple, it's no good. Rebound taken down by Tuttle. This Panther team's got some size as Lee looks to bring the ball up. Goes in the black paint, scoops it up off glass and scores. And all of a sudden it's 9-6. As Steberg passes it on the left wing. Aldorfer hands it off. Here's another 3. It's no good by Hedin. Rebound taken out by Mills. He gets it to Mason. Mason goes inside the paint. In the black paint, he'll score just below the free throw line. It was Zach Mason. And it's 9-6. Here's a 3, no good. Putback is not going to happen. They're going to say it's Panther ball out of bounds. Checking in for New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva is Jordan Browers. He's a 6-foot sophomore. Taking a seat is Levin Kitzer. He's a 6'4" senior. 13:56 to go until our Security State Bank of Kenyon halftime report. All our stats tonight are a service of H&R Block with offices in Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville. At H&R Block, they can assist you with your numbers. They know how to work with those numbers. They know all the tax laws. And there's no computer program that's ever been invented that can possibly come up with every tax question of every single person. It's just not possible. Your tax return is different than my tax return, which is different from head coach Brent Lurkin's tax return and head coach Dan Schmidt's tax return. And, well, you get the drift. They're checking the scoreboard. I didn't think it was right on the 9. It's 8-6. That is right. That's what I had. I was trying to figure out who shot the 3 because I don't remember one being shot. And there haven't been any free throws. So they did correct the scoreboard to the right score. It's 8-6. Knights ahead. I was scratching my bald head. Driving right baseline. Get it on the left wing. It's an open 3, and he missed it. Rebound comes down to the Knights. Steberg has it. Brings it up with a right-handed waist-high dribble across that NRHEG logo at midcourt. Dribbles toward the paint. Gets in the black paint. Was going to scoop up a shot, and I think he got fouled by Lee. Judging by Lee's reaction. But it wasn't Lee. It was Sam Olson they called the foul on. Lee was in the general area too, as Steberg's free throw is good. Swish. He's already got 5 points. Colton Steberg, the senior, 6'2". Good athlete. He was a receiver on their really good football team. He plays baseball. He's a really good base stealer. Pass goes inside, shots up. In fact, he might be close to the school record there in stolen bases. Or Steberg dribbles to his left. Gets it back top of the key. Mason now out front. Aldorfer gets it back to Lee. I don't know. Oh, he didn't travel. Shots up off glass, and Steberg scores again. Colton Steberg has 8 points of his team's 12, and the Knights have doubled the Panthers on the scoreboard. As Steberg has a chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way, and he came up short on the free throw. So it's 12-6. Dexter Lee brings the ball up. Dexter. There was a Dexter here, I do believe, in years past. Pass goes on the left side. Here's a triple. Bang. Sam Olson gets the triple. 12-9. It looked effortless from Sam. As Mason dribbles into trouble, gets it to Aldorfer on the wing. Steberg, who's been red hot, dribbles to his left, gets it out front to the 8th grader. Adine swings it to Mills. Mills gets in attack mode, wanted to pass it to Aldorfer and bounced it out of bounds. Knights have their first turnover. It's a one-possession game as New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva will bring Jared Lee into the game, a 6-foot sophomore. And sitting down is going to be Sam Olson, the 6'3" senior. The Knights pull off their press here. I love teams that change up their defenses. As Lee brings the ball up, again that high right sock and a low left sock. Bring it back top of the key, inside the lane, and he kind of bumped his defender to get a little extra space, and they let Jackson Kurz do that. He scores. He's got 6 points. It's 12-11, Kenyon-Wanamingo. They were up 6-0. Adine dribbles baseline, throws it under the basket. There's not a lot of room behind the basket here, and Steberg gets a little left-handed bunny. He's got 10 already, and it's 14-11. And I'm kind of surprised that Coach Schmidt hasn't made some kind of an adjustment on trying to shut down Mr. Steberg. Lee dribbles to his right, behind the bag, loses the ball, gets it back, passes it under the basket, going right to the basket, but missing a layup was Tuttle. Rebound taken down by Kenyon-Wanamingo. It's Oliver Bowers in the game. He's a freshman, 6'4". Out front, Hadeen, the 8th grader, dribbles into trouble. He tries to get it back. We've got a tie-up. Possession arrow will go Panthers' way. That's a turnover. So New Richland, Hartman, Ellendale, Geneva brings the ball up right to left on your radio dial. We're in the black with the red trim. The Panthers again looking for their third win of the season. That was a travel, and it was kind of a late whistle, but it was a travel. 4 turnovers by NRHEG. And Kenyon-Wanamingo is looking for their 7th win of the year. As Steberg walks it up. Their last win was over Medford. Medford does have a varsity, but they're not playing a regular schedule. So it's not going to count in the Gopher Conference standings, I've been told. Bauer swings it to Lee. To Hedin right in front of me. Steberg travels. 3 turnovers for Kenyon-Wanamingo. So Lee will bring the ball up and literally walk it up the floor. He'll get the ball handed off to him. There's a high screen, a little pick and roll action. He'll shoot anyway and scores from 3-point range. Daxter Lee hits the bang triple. There are more than 3 reasons to head to Taji Jewelry when you're looking for a gift for any occasion. My favorite gifts are the ones that you don't expect. As Steberg put the ball on the deck and lost it on another turnover. So the turnovers are dead even now, and we're dead even on the scoreboard at 14. As Lee thought about another 3, he's got Hedin on him, the 8th grader. He'll swing to his left, pass it on the left side, gets it back out front. Here's a right side triple. It's no good. On the long rebound, it's taken down by the Panthers. They get it back out to Lee, who is out at the volleyball attack line, goes to the free throw line, shoots and misses. Rebound, board, and he comes down on top of the Knight with the ball, and they call a travel on New Richland, Hartman, Ellendale, Geneva as he fell down with the ball. That was Tuttle. Coming in for New Richland is Browers again. He's the 6-foot sophomore. On the floor with Jared Lee, a 6-foot sophomore. As Bauer has it for Kenyon-Wanamingo. He'll pass it out front to Mason. Left side, they go with it to Hedin. Here's a Mason 3. It's an air ball. Rebound taken down by Jared Lee. Daxter Lee goes right to the basket and scores. And Coach Lurkin's going to take a timeout. The Knights had a lead. They had a pretty decent lead, and now they're behind 16-14 here in the first half. Again, Security State Bank of Kenyon will bring you a halftime report. So you want to thank Kenyon Ace Hardware. Our starting lineup for Kenyon-Wanamingo again tonight was a little different from the last one we saw. Colton Steberg, Ross Aldorfer, Zach Mason, Eli Hedin, and Joseph Mills were the starters. Starting lineup of service of the place where you need to go when you're starting any project, whether it's around the home or farm. Kenyon Ace Hardware. Milo Peterson Ford, keys to the game. Well, I think it's pretty obvious. They're probably the same every night out. Limit your turnovers. Do good at the free throw line and D it up. Clearly with a size advantage is New Richland in this game. So they're going to have to be really strong, are the Knights. They're down 16-14 with 9:08 to go in the half. Steberg brings the ball up. He'll hand it off to Mason, who will hand it off to Hedin, who hands it back off to Steberg. Now they get it back to Mason. Bauer has it. Bauer fakes right, goes left. He shuts off on the dribble. They get it to Steberg, who dribbles a couple of times to his left, wants to weave his way in. There's a turnaround jumper. Swish! Colton Steberg has been red hot. Got 12 points already. And it's tied at 16. A lot of those are in the paint, too. Good percentage shots. As Lee wants to dribble penetrate, Mason does a nice job to shut him off. Rebound Aldorfer on a shot from the right corner. And Bauer will two-hand chest past it. Mason two-hand chest passes it to Bauer. Well, they look like they could be brothers. As bringing the ball up is New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. Losing the handle on it is Churs. It is turnover number 6 for the Panthers. 4 for Kenyon-Wanamingo. As Bauer gets it to Mason. Top of the key, Hadeen. Hadeen swings it over to Steveberg. Steveberg now top of the key. They go with it. Bauer to Mason. Mason drives right baseline. The shot blocked. And coming back the other way is New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. Mason was trying to go in for a bunny and had it rejected. His Lee again walks that ball up the floor rather methodically. He gets the handoff at the top of the key. Looks to go inside the lane. Does. Scoops it up, and they're going to call a foul on the Knights. I think it's on Mason. And it is. So Lee is at the free throw line. Daxter, a 5'11 senior. This is the first free throw shot by the Panthers. We're tied at 16 as he hits it. We'll have another. Mills comes back in, and Bauer sits down for Kenyon-Wanamingo. It says Panthers in red across the chest of the uniforms for the New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva Panthers. Red and black school colors, just like my old Spring Valley Wolves were. Daxter, Lee hits them both. Now the Kingsland Knights, same school building that I went into, but are silver and black. Mills. Steberg goes in, beats everybody. Nobody comes over to help out. Boy, Coach Schmidt has to go nuts on that one. He's got 14 of his team's 18 points. We're tied at 18 with 7:04 to go in the first half. They still have not adjusted to Steberg's red-hot hand. I think I'd have 2 guys on him. Dribbling to his right is Tuttle. Fronts to go baseline. He got shut off. It's picked up. There's 13 seconds on the shot clock. Lee has it at 10 seconds. Lee dribbles to his right. They're counting down the clock. He'll drop back, couple between the legs dribble, and he tried to throw it on the other side. There's going to be 3 seconds on the shot clock when they inbound it underneath their own basket. Panthers 18, Knights 18. Here on Southern Minnesota sports leader for over 75 years, KDHL. Bounce pass in the left corner. One dribble right. Lee's shot in and out, no good as the clock went off. We're going to have a foul on Tuttle. So Tuttle gets, or no, they called it on Churs. No, that's Tuttle. Tuttle got his first foul. Looking to dribble penetrate as Adine gets it back to Steberg. Steberg will pass it inside to Mason. Cut to the basket. Off glass, he scores. Boy, they're getting some really high percentage shots. And it's 20-18 Kenyon-Wanamingo. I think Coach Lurkin's probably a little disappointed in some of the defense here. They've been able to attack the basket. Tuttle was falling down. He threw it in the corner. Shots up, no good from 3. Again, they outquick him to the ball, does New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. Pass goes in the corner again, out front to Lee. Lee fakes right, goes left, pops the three-pointer, no good. Rebound again. They were too late to the party, and a missed shot by Tuttle on a point-blank layup. 20-18. Kenyon-Wanamingo leads. 5:32 to go until a Security State Bank of Kenyon halftime report. Hadeen looked like he ran into a brick wall, stepped back, and calmly hit the 5-footer. And Coach Schmidt wants a timeout from NRHEG. They had a 18-16 lead not that long ago. A 6-0 run here for Kenyon-Wanamingo has given them a 22-18 score. There are more than 3 reasons to head to Taji Jewelry in downtown Kenyon next time you're looking for a gift, especially if you're looking for a diamond. Larry is really good at picking sparkling, beautiful diamonds. You don't want just any diamond. You want a Todgy Jewelry
Ace
diamond.
is the only national retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint. Now, Benjamin Moore's premium quality and huge selection of colors will be right in your neighborhood. Along with the award-winning service and advice Ace has always provided for your paint projects. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their paint. Kenyon Ace Hardware has all the accessories you need also. Brushes, rollers, ladders, you name it. In Kenyon, Ace is truly the place.
5 minutes, 22 seconds to go in the first half. Security State Bank of Kenyon will help us bring you the halftime report. All the stats will be a service of H&R Block offices in Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville. Boy, do they know their taxes. And New Richland called that timeout. They want to hoop on this possession, and they just missed a shot rather badly. And it's going to fly out of bounds on an air ball. Shot was taken by Sam Olson. That might have been the shot that they drew up, but they thought it would go in. Aldorf for three, left side, no good. Rebound taken down by Churs. He'll hand it off to Lee. Guarded by Steberg. Lee gets by Steberg, pass it in the corner for three. It's in and out, no good. Rebound, Lee battling for it. Mason has it. They got tie up, and what are they going to call here? They're going to call foul on the Panthers, I think. Well, they didn't put it up on the board. I thought he was pointing and flashing numbers. And they did. They called it on Lee. Well, maybe not. Aldorfer dribbles top of the key for Kenyon-Wanamingo, moving left to right on your radio dial. There's approaching 15 seconds to go on the 35-second shot clock. Aldorfer is on the left side. Bounce it in to post it up Steberg. They had him double team that time. Here's an open three for Adine. It's an air ball. Rebound taken down by Lee. Lee comes flying up and dunk as he throws it ahead to Churs. Churs gets the stuff. He's got 8, and it's 22-20 Kenyon-Wanamingo. 4:01 to go to the Security State Bank of Kenyon halftime report. Steberg passes left side. Here's the three by Mason. Bang! It's a swish by Zach Mason. He's got 9, and it's 25-20. Lee out front. Churs gets it back to Lee. Sets a screen. Lee passes it. Now Churs has the top of the key. Wants to go in the lane. Shoots the shot. No good. Rebound taken down by Mason. As he'll walk the ball up the floor, middle of the floor. Passes it on the left side. They get it to Steberg in the corner for three. Bang! Man, is he hot. Steberg hits another shot. His first triple. He's got 17 of the team's 28 points, and they still have not made an adjustment on him. As they'll inbound it right in front of us here with 3:14 to go until halftime. 28-20, Kenyon-Wanamingo leads. Churs passed it into Lee, gets it back at the midcourt marker. Left side three is no good. Rebound taken down by Aldorfer. Three was taken by Olson. It was a line drive, not the rainbow, a line drive. Mason to Steberg. 15-footer, no good. Rare miss for him in this game. Lee gets the rebound. His team down by 8 with 2:50 to go until halftime. Lee passes left side. They get on the right side. I'll be interested to see what sort of adjustment they make on Steberg here defensively. New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva, because he's torching them. Lee dribbles to his left, looks to dribble to his right. He'll pass it in the corner for three. And it's, I thought it might have hit the bracket, but it didn't, I guess. Lee's going to try that thing. Popped up. It looked like it hit the bracket from here, but I'm a long ways away. Going underneath the basket, Churs, and he'll get fouled on a shot attempt at point-blank range. They called it on Aldorfer. It'll be his first. Third team foul. 4 fouls have been called on the New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva Panthers. Churs hits the free throw. We'll have another. He's their leading scorer, 6'7" senior. He has 9 points. If he makes this, he'll be in double digits. Averages 15 a game. And he missed it. Rebound taken down by the Knights. 3 for 4 from the free throw line is New Richland. Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. 2 for 3 is Kenyon-Wanamingo. Again, Lee's the only guy on Steberg. He's been able to blow by him more than once. And now we got a timeout taken. They're about to get a 5-second call with the Knights. The ball was kind of stuck there at the top of the key. So a timeout is taken. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go. It's Kenyon-Wanamingo 28. New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva 21. You're listening to Gopher Conference Basketball on KDHL.
H&R Block offices in Owatonna, Faribault, and Lakeville remind you now is the time to get your paperwork in order for tax season. Book your appointment at one of the offices where in-person or drop-off filing is available. No computer program can ask every single possible tax question. The tax professionals in Lakeville, Faribault, and Owatonna average 10 years experience, and you can request the same preparer every year. File your way at H&R Block offices in Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund.
They'll be bringing you our statistics at halftime. They do a great job with numbers, and we appreciate their assisting us with our numbers that we can relate to you, H&R Block. And that is right. You need to make your appointment with H&R Block. Get your paperwork put together. Make that appointment. COVID required no in-person visits. You drop them off, and they did them for you. I've been doing it that way ever since. And I don't have a simple tax return because I was blessed by parents who left their children with some investments, so I've got that to take care of, and they do a great job for me. Out of the timeout, they got a layup. Zach Mason scored on the Steberg top of the key pass. Baseline cutting 30-21. Kenyon-Wanamingo. Churs in the corner. There's a three. No good. Rebound Steberg. He passed it in the corner to Hudson Churs. He's a 6'5" sophomore. Shots up. No good by Steberg. He thought he was fouled. He's going to come back the other way. He'll pass it on the left corner. It was a bounce pass to a three-point shooter. That's probably not a good thing. He was not in rhythm at all, so he gave it up, which was smart. Lee goes in the lane, kicks it in the corner. They get it all the way around to the three-point shooting sophomore who missed it. Rebound taken down. Churs. It's a three, and it's good. Jared Lee scores. It's a triple, and it's 30-24. 9-point lead is down to 6. 55 seconds to go in the half. As Mills hits the deck, there's again more contact and no foul call as Adine gets a basket inside the paint. Eli's got 4 points, and it's 32-24. High screen there by Churs. Lee, it's the elder Churs. He'll dribble to his left. Jackson's a senior. Lee penetrates in the lane, kicks it in the corner. They get it out for the young man with three. He missed it. Rebound put back up. It's no good. Rebound taken down by the 8th grader Hadeen for Kenyon-Wanamingo. 7 seconds to go in the half. Mason shoots a three. It barely grazed iron, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Churs launched a top of the key on the opposite end of the floor shot. I don't think it would have counted had it gone in. 32-24 is your halftime score. The Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights on top of the New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva Panthers. Colton Steberg has been like a house on fire. He's got 17 points here at halftime. We'll have the rest of the point totals for all the players who have played here in the first half, thanks to H&R Block. Offices in Owatonna, Lakeville, and Faribault at H&R Block. All of their tax preparers average When you combine all the tax preparers in each office, they average 10 years experience. And experience when you're doing taxes is priceless. Your Security State Bank of Kenyon halftime report is...
Federated Mutual Insurance Company is hiring in Owatonna and Mankato. Federated Insurance offers full training, competitive pay and benefits, plenty of room for growth, and an unmatched company culture. We are seeking talented professionals who are comfortable working with multiple computer systems and who have a strong attention to detail. No insurance experience is required. Join a company that values hard work and continues to thrive and grow. Learn more and apply now at federatedinsurance.com.
Milo Peterson Ford in Kenyon has been family owned and operated since 1961. They value every single customer. More new vehicles are arriving on their lot every day. An excellent selection of pre-enjoyed vehicles are available. No pressure there either. Speaking of pressure, remember Milo Peterson Ford is a place to go for tires for your vehicles also. They have all the name brands. Parts and service department is second to none at Milo Peterson Ford, Highway 56 North, Kenyon.
It's time for a Security State Bank of Kenyon halftime report. They wanted to wish everyone, of course, a happy new year. They want to serve you in the new year of 2024 in some way, shape, or form. They're good people. They're your hometown bank in Kenyon, and they are proud of that fact. And that's why they support our broadcasts of Kenyon-Wanamingo athletic events. And if you appreciate it, please stop by and thank them. I'm going to go over New Richland scoring first. They had two guys with 9 points each. 5'11 senior Daxter Lee and Jackson Chers, the 6'7 senior. They each had 9 points. Lee was 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He did have a triple in the first half. Chers was 1 for 2 from the free throw line. He had a dunk in the first half. Sam Olson had 1 triple, and also off the bench for the Panthers, Jared Lee had a triple as well. So that means they had 3 threes in the first half. Kenyon-Wanamingo had 2 threes in the first half. We'll take a look at Kenyon-Wanamingo scoring next. This is the Security State Bank of Kenyon halftime report. Again, all of our statistics are a service of the friendly people at H&R Block with offices in Faribault, in Owatonna, and in Lakeville.
Make it personal, make it Taji Jewelry.
Awards by Taji in Kenyon can assist you in recognizing someone with plaques or trophies in a variety of styles and price ranges. Say thanks to a dedicated employee. Reward a son or daughter's accomplishments. Whatever the occasion, Taji Jewelry in Kenyon has the experience to assist in choosing the appropriate award. Teams throughout the area have used Awards by Taji because they know the service is unmatched and the price is right.
Every part counts at Amesbury Truth. And the most important one is the part you'll play when you join their team. As the leading provider of window and door products in North America, Amesbury Truth has a part for you. Right now, they're hiring. And those positions come with competitive wages, benefits, and plenty of opportunities too. So you never stop growing. Isn't it time you open the door to a career at Amesbury Truth? Get details and apply online at atcareers.com or amesburytruth.com/careers.
Kenyon-Wanamingo scoring in the first half. Just 3 guys are in the scoring column. Colton Steveberg has been hotter than a pistol. He had 17 points in the first half, was 2 of 3 from the free throw line, had a triple. Zach Mason had 11, including a 3-pointer. And Eli Adine had 4, so nothing off the bench for Kenyon-Wanamingo and 3 points off the bench for New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. Your Security State Bank of Kenyon halftime score is 32-24. Knights, that's as big a lead as they've had, 8 points. 32-24. By the way, the Knights next game, they'll be hosting BA on Tuesday. They're at Goodhue on Thursday. And for New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva on Tuesday, they host Waterville, Elysium, Morristown. Next Friday, they'll be at Hayfield. On January 15th, they travel to Tri-City United. Next Thursday, by the way, we'll have wrestling action for you. The Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights travel to Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton. If I'm not mistaken, they wrestle in Janesville. And we'll have that for you next Thursday on the mighty 920. Looking forward to some wrestling action. The Kenyon-Wanamingo wrestlers are ranked. That's right, they're state ranked. They are participating in a tournament in lacrosse. I think it is, well, I'm not going to speak out of turn. I don't know if it's an individual or a team tournament. But they're in lacrosse. They're wrestling today all day. They're wrestling tomorrow all day. Lots and lots of schools are involved in that particular event over in Wisconsin. Meanwhile, the Panther ladies are in the Castle. Panther ladies are state ranked, very good. In the Castle, taking on Kenyon-Wanamingo tonight, are the girls. Hopefully they'll report their score, and we'll be able to share it with you on our Kenyon-Wanamingo Coaches Show. I'm hoping to tape the show with Brent Lurkin. Been able to do that the last couple of Fridays because we just so happen to have games on Friday nights. Well, maybe it was a Thursday one night. In any event, I'm hoping I'll be able to grab him for the Coaches Show. Save him an early morning phone call. He's got those young kids. I'm sure he's very appreciative of that. 32-24. Both teams are back on the floor, getting warmed up for half number 2. And I think we could end up with a fantastic finish in this one. Kenyon-Wanamingo up 32-24 during our Security State Bank of Kenyon halftime report. All the stats we're able to muster are a service of the folks at H&R Block with offices in Faribault, Lakeville, and Owatonna. The Panthers had 6 turnovers in the first half, 4 turnovers for Kenyon-Wanamingo. Points off turnovers were really not a big deal. 6 points off turnovers for the Knights, and 3 points off turnovers for the Panthers. That's a 3-point differential, and there is an 8-point lead here for Kenyon-Wanamingo, mainly because of their points in the paint here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points in the paint. Well, actually 20 points in the paint for New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. Oh, it's reverse of that. I'm sorry, folks. 12 points in the paint for NRHEG. Kenyon-Wanamingo has 20 of their 32 points in the paint. Speaking of paint, Ace Hardware's got the best paint around, folks. So check it out. Ace Hardware in Kenyon. You got a painting job here this winter you want to do indoors. They are the place to go. Their color matching computers like magic. When I remodeled and expanded on my house, I put on a new back door, and I actually painted the door myself. I don't do that stuff normally. I usually hire it out. But I went down. I wanted to match the paint on my deck. So I took a piece, right, a chip, a sample to this color matching computer, and man, oh man, that Ace computer there in Kenyon is like magic. I mean, it perfectly matched the color of my deck. So here we go, second half getting ready to get underway. Panthers will be going left to right. Knights right to left on your radio dial. Kenyon-Wanamingo's Hedin passes it in to Mason, who dribbles it across the Knight logo at midcourt. In the right corner, it's the red-hot Steve Berg. I see nothing changed in terms of defense on him. Lee's still on him. Aldorfer gets it in the corner. Mason drives baseline, spins, leans in, shoots the shot, misses. Rebound Tuttle. The Panthers can eat into this 8-point deficit as Lee will bring the ball up, taking his sweet time. Passes it in the left corner. Tuttle inside the paint, almost traveled. They get it on the left side for 3. It's bottom of the net by Lee. Lee hits the triple. He's got 12, and all of a sudden, it's a 5-point game. Aldorfer, one dribble right, bounces it to Hedin. Hadeen passes it. Mason open three. No good. Rebound. The 8th grader can't get it. He kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a turnover by the Knights. Number 5. So they have a chance to eat at the lead even more. We just got underway here in the second half. We're a minute into it, a little over a minute. As Lee again up the far sideline. Dribbles the middle of the floor. Get the ball out front to Churs. Back to Lee in the paint. Goes in and lays it in. Goes strong to the basket. He's got 14 and it's a 3-point game. They had an 8-point lead at the half. It's a 1-possession game now. Colton Steberg was red hot with 17 first half points. Does get double teamed that time when he got in the paint. He's going to shoot the 3 and it rims off. Rebound taken down. Boy, was that a board by Churs. Lee brings it up. A little stutter step move, stops at the free throw line. Bang! He hits it from the free throw line. Daxter Lee scores 7 points to start the second half, and it's a 1-point game as Coach Lurkin takes a timeout. His team needs a hoop. Kenyon-Wanamingo 32. That's what they had at the half. 31 for New Richland Hartman Ellendale Geneva as they go on a 7-0 run to start the second
Federated
half.
Mutual Insurance Company is passionate about the care and enrichment of the next generation. At the heart of our charitable focus is youth mentoring and our support of Big Brothers Big Sisters. We are proud of our employees who are currently volunteering to be a big brother, big sister, big couple, or big family, and yet there are hundreds of children still waiting for a big. Ignite your year. Empower potential today. Consider this your personal invitation to learn more about Big Brothers Big Sisters. Together, we can make a difference.
Well, the Knights will bring the ball up. We'll see what Coach Lurkin mapped out here at that timeout. They need a hoop. Steberg dribbles to his right. He had 17 first half points. Pass goes on the baseline to Mills. He'll bounce it to the feet of Mason. He recovers with the ball, goes in and gets the floater to go. Zach Mason scores in the paint. He's got 13. It's 34-31. Bounce pass goes inside, and we're going to have a foul call on the night as Tuttle got fouled. It's going to be the second foul on Mason as the Knights will defend. They had a person on the inbounds passer. New Richland Hartman Ellendale Geneva. Lee, offensive foul. So Lee gets called for the offensive foul as he tried to dribble. His second. Mason took the charge. He'll leave it for Steberg, who has yet to score this half. Pass goes in the right corner. Hadeen outside the 3-point line. He'll pass it behind him to Mason. He's outside the 3-point line. Steberg's outside the 3-point line. Waldorfer, they're all outside the 3-point line. Here's a pass to Steberg cutting the basket. He couldn't make the catch. Tries to lob it out to Waldorfer, and it's knocked out of bounds. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kenyon-Wanamingo will inbound it right at the end of their bench. Trigger person is the 8th grader, Hadeen. They go in the corner. Steberg for 3. Missed it. Rebound chased down by Mills in the other corner. They get 20 more seconds to work with, but they don't take that much time. Hadeen, the 8th grader, hits his first triple. He's got 7 points, and it's 37-31. Kenyon-Wanamingo. Back up to 6. They led by 8 at the half. Lee in the right corner. They get it on the block to Tuttle. He'll pass it in the other corner, and there's a long-range jumper. It's not a 3. It's not a 3. At least the officials didn't put their arms up. Mason dribbles to his left and scores. Looks like there was some contact there, but no call. Young man who scored was Kitzer for New Richland Hartman Ellendale Geneva. Churs leaves it for Lee, who started with a 8-0 run, something like that. Maybe 7. Going in at the rim and scoring is Churs. His first hoop this half, he's got 11. It's 39-35. But if you're the Panthers, you can't afford to trade buckets. Steberg went in for a shot, missed it. It did not come close. And New Richland comes back the other way and turns it over. Their first turnover this half. They had 6 in the first half. The Knights had 4 in the first half. They have 1 so far this half. Adine inbounded it right in front of us. Pass comes in to Steberg. Left side, Aldorfer. On the block was Mills. They get him the ball. Now Mason has it on the left wing. Top of the key, Adine. Looks, passes it over to Steberg for 3. Missed it. Rebound's going to be chased down by nobody. And who are they going to give the ball to? They're going to give it to Kenyon-Wanamingo. Trying to chase it down was Mason for the Knights and Tuttle for the Panthers, and they say it was off of Tuttle. Pass comes in to Dean. To Steberg. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Right side. Mason fakes the 3, goes to the free throw line, shoots and scores. Zach Mason has 17, and it's 41-35. Kenyon-Wanamingo back up by 6. As Lee jogs the ball literally up the floor, then gets extra pace, bounces it in the corner. Here's a triple. It's in and out, no good. Rebound, Tuttle. Tuttle goes back up, misses. Rebound taken down by Aldorfer. He'll hand it off to Steberg. Steberg passed it all the way down the floor in the left corner for 3. Adine, bang! The 8th grader hits his second triple. He's got 10, and it's a 9-point lead for Kenyon-Wanamingo. As Lee again walking the ball up, will dribble to his left, pass in the left corner. They get it back top of the key. Schurz goes in the lane, and they call him for a travel on the Euro step. And that's a turnover. Panthers have 8 of those. Knights have scored 9 points off turnovers, and they've got a 9-point lead. Adine runs through the lane. Mason has the ball. He had it high over his head. Now he looks to dribble. Pass it over to Adine, who came all the way to the other side. Mills gets it back to Adine. Gets it back to Mills on the block, left side of the hoop. Fakes one way, goes the other. He missed the layup. Rebound tipped around. Nobody has it yet. Lee comes out of the pack with the ball for the Panthers, moving left to right on your radio dial. He's going to launch a 3. It's short. Rebound taken down by the Panthers as they get it in the lane to Tuttle. He gets shut off. Here's an open 3. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Schurz. He gets it back to Lee. 44-35. Coach Lurkin clapping his hands on the effort on this end as Lee looks to dribble penetrate again. The pass goes on the left wing, and he's going to sidestep the defender. Lee misses it. Tuttle goes back up. It's blocked by Mason. It'll go out of bounds. It'll belong to Kenyon-Wanamingo. Well, no, they're going to change it. They're going to say it's the Panther ball. New Richland fans weren't happy, and I'm not saying that's why, but it did change after their vocal disapproval. 11 minutes, 21 seconds to go in regulation. I'm telling you, I got a feeling this is going to have a fantastic finish to it. Scores 44-35. Kenyon-Wanamingo on top. Gordy Kosfeld here at the KDHL Sports Microphone on KDHL AM Faribault, Minnesota. A Town Square media station, 920 AM, 97.9 FM. And worldwide, you can download it for free on your favorite mobile device, the KDHL radio app, and you have it wherever you are. Get the weather. Find out some scores. Hear some local, or see some local news. You can hear videos. Strange things happen. It's probably on our website. And free for you to access. Just like the radio. As it should be. It's free. Thanks to some terrific advertisers, they make that possible. H&R Block offices in Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville bring you our stats here tonight. It's a 9-point lead for Kenyon-Wanamingo. New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva has 18 seconds of a shot clock to use. They inbound the ball. The trigger man was Jared Lee, a sophomore. Here's a 3, and it's no good. Rebound taken down by the 8th grader, Adine. A nice job boxing out a sophomore. Coming back up the floor, Steberg. Steberg gets in the lane. Turnaround jumper is good. Steberg gets his first hoop of the second half. He's got 19. And it's 46-35. Kenyon-Wanamingo with their biggest lead, 11 points. Lee in the paint dumps it off to Churs out top of the key. He'll get it back out front to Lee. 6'7" Churs now goes back down in the corner from 3-point range. Here's a shot, no good. Rebound, battled for. They say it's going to go to Kenyon-Wanamingo. Off Tuttle. Mason was battling him for the ball. Zach will bounce it into Colton Steberg. Panthers have not done any sort of pressure at all as Steberg passes it right side to Aldorfer outside the 3-point line. Mills swings it left side to Adine in the corner. Steberg quickly goes reverse layup and scores. Colton Steberg has 21 and it's 48-35 as Lee blows by his defender and scores. He got 9 second half points. He had 9 in the whole first half. It's 48-37 Knights. They just turned the ball over. There's a nice pass to Adine under the basket, and now New Richmond's going to get it right back to him. Third turnover this half by the Panthers. There have been 2 by the Knights. Turnovers not been a major factor in this game. But we keep track of them thanks to H&R Block. Offices in Faribault, Lakeville, and Owatonna. Owatonna, Lakeville, and Faribault. As Mason rocked with the basketball, hands it off to Adine. And Steberg almost had the ball stolen. Gets in there and misses the layup. Rebound's going to be knocked out of bounds off of Mason. So 48-37 is our score with 9 minutes and 35 seconds to go in regulation. In the game now for the Panthers is Grayson Schaefer. He's a 6'6" junior. Man, they got size all over the place. Jackson Schurz is 6'7". William Tuttle is 6'6". Sam Olsen is 6'3". Hudson Schurz is 6'5". Levin Kitzer is 6'4". The Schaefer is 6'6". You know how many teams would love to have just one guy 6'6" or better? Well, I'm looking at one. That's the Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights. Lee dribbles to his left. And losing the handle on it that time was Jace Knudsen, a 6'2" junior. Tried to dribble through the teeth of the defense and turned it over. Aldorfer swings it over to Adine. For Kenyon-Wanamingo, Steberg. 9:13 to go. They got an 11-point lead. Adine throws up a 3. It's no good. Rebound high in the air. Tuttle got that one. Both hands over his head as he grabbed it with both hands. I love it. None of that back-tabbing stuff. As dribble penetration. Shots up. It's no good by the Panthers. Adine couldn't secure the ball. The Panthers get it back. Does Schaefer, the 6'6" junior. As Lee looks to dribble penetrate and the ball pops up on the stage. 8:42 to go, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Checking in for the Panthers is going to be Hudson Schurz. He's the 6'5" sophomore. They inbound it way out top to Schaefer. He'll get it back to Lee, guarded by Steberg. Tuttle does the pick and roll. The shot clock violation happens there. 48-37, Kenyon-Wanamingo. That's another turnover by NRHEG, their 5th of this half and their 11th of the game. And the pace this game is being played at, that's almost like double the number of turnovers, if you know what I mean. It doesn't look like there's going to be a ton of possessions in this game because both teams are, well, they're not exactly trying to run the other off the floor. Let's put it that way. Mills gets it out front to Steberg, who was so hot in the first half. He had 17 points. Mason will dump it off to Steberg on the block. He was double teamed there as a Adine 3. It's no good. Rebound tipped around, and Steber goes up. He misses the layup. Rebound taken down by Lee, maybe the smallest guy on the floor, as he brings the ball up, pass it on the left side. Oh, my. We're going to have a foul here. Schurz put the ball on the deck, was double-teamed, and one of the two guys is going to get called for the foul. It's going to be on Mills, his second. Just one foul has been called this entire half on New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. 2 on Kenyon-Wanamingo. Going the bonus at 7, so both teams have a number of fouls to give. 7:49 left in regulation. It's an 11-point night lead, their biggest of the night. As the Panthers having some trouble getting to that 40-point mark. They had 33 in their last game. We have another travel on the Panthers. Not much question about it. 48-37. With all that size they have. Kind of amazing, isn't it? They lost to Fairmont 66-33. I think it was either on the 29th or 30th at Bethany College. Mason thought about a three from well deep. He has a little jump stop, 15-footer, in and out, no good. Rebound taken down by Schurz. Panthers need hoops, and they need them in a hurry. They're down by 11. And now the Knights are trying to get him into another one of those 10-second calls. We're going to have a foul on Kenyon-Wanamingo. They were 2 seconds short of having another 10-second call. Foul's going to be on Aldorfer, his second. Schurz, the 6'7" senior, dribbles into the paint and leans in and pushes Mills and gets called for a travel because he was moving his feet when he was pushing him away. Seven turnovers this half. And that's kind of the difference in this game, according to our stats courtesy. Oh, that was a travel, too, that wasn't called on Kenyon. And now they're going to have a jump ball. Alternate possession goes to New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. Only one thing wrong with this table that the Panthers gave me. It's got a hole in the middle. I keep, like a dummy, I keep marking holes in my score sheet. Shots up, floaters no good. Panthers lead, fakes the three. They'll pass it out top. They'll get it back to Lee at the top of the key with 12 seconds on the shot clock. They'll pass it on the right wing. There's a little jump stop floater, rims off, rebound taken down by Aldorfer, and he gets it to Steberg. That was a strong rebound by the very thin Aldorfer as the pass goes in the left corner. Now Mills bounces it to Steberg, backs into under the basket, throws it underneath. It hits the bottom of the backboard, tries to throw it up again, and they say it's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow stays with the Knights. 21 seconds to go on their shot clock. Not many threes have been shot in this half. There are more than 3 reasons to go to Taji Jewelry, especially if you want a diamond, man. Larry knows his diamonds. Pass comes out. Beauty about diamonds is they gain in value. Shots up by Mason. I mean, it's kind of like an investment. You hand it down generation to generation to generation. So cool. Here's a triple. Schurz. No good. Rebound Steberg. They'll bring the ball back up right to left on your radio dial with 5.5 minutes to go in this game. And the Knights appear to be in control, 48-37. Steberg dribbles right, dribbles left. And he travels. Knights trying to go to 7-5 on the season. This is an interdivisional game, so not sure if it counts or not. I guess I'll have to ask Coach Lurkin after the game. $11-point lead. We're approaching 5 minutes to go. Tuttle's on the block. Dribbles left. Goes right. He's shut off by Mason. Lee has it. Guarded by Steberg. Now Mason picks him up, and he tried to pass it to Tuttle. Tuttle turns to Lee and says, "My bad." But he wasn't expecting that pass at all, obviously. Nine turnovers this half, 15 in the game for the Panthers. There have been 8 by Kenyon-Wanamingo. And if I were them and they just turned it over, I was going to say I'd be milking some clock here. We're under 5 minutes to go and they've got a double-digit lead. You limit your team's opponent's possessions and, well, just do the simple math on it, folks. You can limit their possessions. The 35-second shot clocks, under 5 minutes to go. Shots up and it's good by Lee. It's a triple. Bang! Daxter Lee hits a big prime time triple. It's been all Lee. He's got all but 4 of their points this half. He's got 12 second half points, 21 in the game. It's an 8-point game. We've got a game, folks. We've got a game. 48-40 Kenyon-Wanamingo. You're listening to Gopher Conference Basketball on KDHL.
H&R Block offices in Owatonna, Faribault, and Lakeville remind you now is the time to get your paperwork in order for tax season. Book your appointment at one of the offices where in-person or drop-off filing is available. No computer program can ask every single possible tax question. The tax professionals in Lakeville, Faribault, and Owatonna average 10 years experience, and you can request the same preparer every year. File your way at H&R Block offices in Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund.
48-40, Kenyon-Wanamingo leads. And the Panthers come out of the timeout with pressure here. They want to get the ball back. And they almost did. And they just did. Bad pass. Underneath Lee, layup good. They got what they wanted. They got a turnover. And Lee scores again, folks. And we're going to have a foul, I think. Going to be on Tuttle. Williams' second foul. The Knights have 3 fouls to give, 4 fouls to give for New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. Steberg, 4:09 to go. Team up by just 6. They were up 11 not long ago. Steberg gets it out front to Mason. Back on the left wing. They get it in the corner to Steberg. Wanted to drive baseline. Decides against it. And we have a travel call on the Knights, and Coach Lurkin is like, how is that a travel? They're not going to reverse it. That's the 7th turnover this half by the Knights, and it's their 3rd in a row. And I told you I felt a close game coming as Lee looks to dribble penetrate. Well, I guess they turned it over. Lee went flying out of bounds. And they're going to give the ball to Knights here. Right below us. As Steberg inbounds it, gets the ball back on the full court pressure. He's going to break the press himself. Comes flying up the floor. The Knights would be smart here if they milk some clock. No, he goes right to the basket, misses. Rebound taken down by nobody yet. Tuttle was battling for it with Mills. And it's a tie-up, and the possession arrow goes to New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. 3 minutes, 37 seconds to go in regulation. It's 48-42. Kenyon-Wanamingo leads. Bringing the ball up is Lee with a left-handed waist high, switches to the right dribble. Still has that high right sock, low left sock. Dribbles to his right, shoots a 10-footer, misses. Rebound taken down by Aldorfer. He's had some really big rebounds in this game. Steberg looks to bring the ball up. Again, if I'm the Knights, I use as much of that clock as I can. Pass goes out front to Mills. Mills swings it in the corner to Aldorfer. He'll take a 3. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Mason. Back out front to Steberg. Lobs it underneath to Aldorfer. And a foul is going to be called. I think it'll be on Grayson Schaefer, the 6'6 junior. And it is. 48-42, 3:02 to go. Knights lead it. They led by 8 at the half. They've had as much as an 11-point lead. Out front, Hadeen, the 8th grader, back in the game. He has the ball stolen away. Coming back the other way. Lee, layup good. So Lee scores again on the turnover. And it's a 4-point game with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Waldorfer will inbound it. Since they slapped on this press, they've been able to get some turnovers. Stieber pass it ahead to Hadeen. He'll pass it ahead to Mills. You got to be careful. You're only up by 2 possessions. As pass comes out front, Waldorfer bounces it over. They get it on the block to Stieber. Hadeen throws up a shot. It doesn't come close. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The Panthers are on the doorstep of maybe stealing this game. Lee's going to pass it on the left wing. Get it back. He's been the red-hot man. He dribbles to his right, then to his left. Gets shut off there. Hadeen ends up with a steal. They're going to call, what are they going to call here? Are they going to call a foul? No, they say Hadeen did not save the ball. He went out of bounds. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go. I mean, the official was right there. I'm on the other side of the floor. So Lee gets it to Tuttle, has that basketball, and he hands it off. They try to get it back to Lee. Stieber gets a steal. They'd be smart to pull it out. Nope, they're going to lay it up and get it in. 50-44, a minute 42. It's a 2-possession game. Lee goes in, misses the layup. Rebound taken now by Hadeen. Coach Lurgan's trying to get him to stop. Slow down. Use the clock. It's your best friend right now. You're up by 6 with a minute 24 to go. Don't shoot till that clock goes under 10 seconds. They can't score if they don't have the ball, is what the coach is thinking, and rightfully so. Mason dribbles to his right. Pass it in the corner. Another shot hits the side of the backboard by Hadeen. A minute 2 to go. I think the Panthers just took a full timeout. 1 minute, 2 seconds to go. Well, it's still a 2-possession game, folks. 50-44, Kenyon-Wanamingo leads. Don't touch that dial. After the game, H&R Block offices in Lakeville, Owatonna, and Faribault will bring you all of our stats. We'll have all kinds of stats to throw your way.
Since 1876, Wanamingo Mutual Insurance has been protecting people in the Wanamingo area with agents who know the community. Daryl Clavin and Bonnie Herman are joined by Faribault Insurance and GMI Insurance Wanamingo to provide auto, farm insurance, homeowners, business owners, workers' comp, inland marine, and umbrella liability protection. Phone 507-824-2912 for details. Wanamingo Mutual Insurance, a non-profit company developed to help neighbors. Main office located at 209 Main Street, Wanamingo. Just 3 words tell you everything you need to know. They tell you why we employ more than 2,000 workers at our factory in Virginia Beach and why over 10,000 local steel dealers are putting battery power in the hands of Americans. Just 3 words, made in America. Real steel. Find yours at steelusa.com, or even better, go to Kenyon Ace Hardware, a certified steel dealer. Majority of steel products sold in America are made in America of U.S. and foreign materials. Batteries and chargers are sourced internationally.
50-44, Kenyon-Wanamingo leads it. There are 62 seconds to go in this game. New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva has to score in this possession. And they just call the double dribble on the Panthers. They have 16 turnovers in this game, I do believe. And we're going to have a foul right away as the Knights got the ball inbounded. Lee is called for his 3rd foul, and they have 1 more foul to give. The Knights have 3 fouls to give. Schurz gets called for the foul. That's his first. Pass comes in. 8th grader gives it up to Steberg. And they're letting him come up the floor. Now Lee gets his 4th foul. Somehow I don't think that's the guy you want to foul out in this game. He's been your whole offense in the second half. He's not the guy that should be fouling. 50-44 with 44.9 seconds to go in the game. Steberg at the free throw line. Colton has had a really good night. 17 points first half, 6 here in the second. Big free throws. Made the first one. Makes this, it's an 8-point lead with 45 seconds to go. That means the Panthers got to be in hurry mode. He missed it. He's the only Knight to shoot free throws. Lee's got to hurry here. There's 37 seconds. He's going to shoot the shot. It's not going to be good. Steberg's going to get the rebound. Lee just fouled out of the game. He just fouled out of the game with 31 seconds to go. Finishes with 18 points. I don't understand that. You're the man that has scored all but 2 field goals in this half. That's not the guy they wanted to have foul out. 51-44. There should have been a designated person in there to foul, and it should not have been him. Steberg makes the free throw. Have another. He makes them both. He's 5 of 7 from the free throw line tonight. Colton Steberg has had 26 points. I misspoke. It's 25 points for Lee, 25. Because he had 9 in the first half. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 16 in the second half. That's 25, right? 25 points for Lee, but he fouls out. 35 seconds to go in this one. It's a 53-44 Kenyon-Wanamingo lead. There are more than 3 reasons to head to Taji Jewelry in downtown Kenyon. We're coming up on confirmation season in the not-too-distant future. Of course, Valentine's is not that far off. Get your sweetheart a gift that'll keep on giving. Every time your sweetheart looks at that diamond, they'll think of you. You don't want just any diamond. You want a Taji Jewelry diamond. .30 seconds to go. Can't be too picky here. Is a 3. Bang. Hitting the triple for the Panthers was Grayson Schaefer. They have to foul. 16.6 seconds. It's a 2-possession game. And Steberg is going to see Zach Mason go to the free throw line. He's not been there yet tonight. He's got 15 points, or 17 points, excuse me. His free throw is good. And if he makes this, he'll have 19 points. 26 for Steberg. He missed it. I don't think he missed it on purpose. 11 seconds, 54-47. Here's a 3. It's no good. They tried to bank it in. Rebound Mills, and that'll do it. No fouls. Coach Schmidt says no fouls. That's the game. 54-47. Kenyon-Wanamingo avoids what looked like it was going to be a great comeback by New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. But turnovers doom them. I mean, doom them. When you hear that stat, courtesy of H&R Block offices in Lakeville, Faribault, and Owatonna, you're not going to believe it. because that was truly the difference in this game, the turnover numbers. And I'll have those for you in just a wee little bit. Final score from New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva High School, New Richland, Minnesota. It was Kenyon-Wanamingo 54, NRHEG 47. Again, all those stats coming your way. Don't touch
the
that
Security
dial.
State Bank of Kenyon is celebrating their 90th year in business. Born in 1934 out of the Great Depression failure of 3 independent banks, Security State Bank of Kenyon was chartered July 23, 1934, and has been delivering community banking services ever since. Still family-owned and operated, Security State Bank of Kenyon is dedicated to the financial needs of area farmers, businesses, and individuals. The Security State Bank of Kenyon says personal service, it's our style. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Milo Peterson Ford in Kenyon has been family-owned and operated since 1961. They value every single customer. More new vehicles are arriving on their lot every day. An excellent selection of pre-enjoyed vehicles are available. No pressure there either. Speaking of pressure, remember Milo Peterson Ford is a place to go for tires for your vehicles also. They have all the name brands. Parts and service department is second to none at Milo Peterson Ford, Highway 56 North, Kenyon. Taji Jewelry downtown Kenyon is the largest selection of diamonds available in the area. Owner Larry Taji is very picky when choosing them, so you know you're getting the best quality. Taji Jewelry has the best selection of Howard Miller floor clocks, wall and mantel clocks, Schneider cuckoo clocks, watches of all styles. Taji Jewelry can help you find a gift for any occasion. There's only one place where you get the Taji Jewelry difference. Small town service with a selection that assures you the perfect gift. You don't want just any diamond. You want a Taji Jewelry diamond. Boy, that's for sure. Well, let's see here. What do we want to go for first? Teen sets. New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They had 16 turnovers. 2, 4, 6, 9, 11, 13, 15 points off those turnovers by Kenyon-Wanamingo. Kenyon-Wanamingo had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They had 12 turnovers and 2, 5, 7, 9 points off those. That's a 6-point differential, and they win by 7. 54-47 was your final score. So again, 12 turnovers by Kenyon-Wanamingo, 16 by New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. Free throw line, they had to foul at the end. Kenyon-Wanamingo missed 2, but they made 4. They were 4 of 6 in the second half. They were 6 of 9 for the game. The Knights had 2 threes in the second half, so they finished with 4. For New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva, they did not shoot a single free throw in the second half. You heard me right. Not a single one. They were 3 of 4 in the first half. In the second half, they had 1, 2, 3 threes. They finished with 6 triples. They were led by Daxter Lee, who fouled out of this game. Daxter Lee had 25 points. He scored 16 of those in the second half. He had all but 2 of their second half field goals. Jackson Schurz ended up with, 11. Kitzer had 2. Jared Lee had 3 off the bench. Also hitting a triple off the bench was Grayson Schaefer. So they had 6 points off their bench, and Kenyon-Wanamingo had no points off theirs. Kenyon-Wanamingo had just 3 players even score in this game, and they won. Colton Steeberg had 26, Zach Mason had 18, and the 8th grader Eli Hadeen, who got the start tonight, had 10. So the Knights go to 7-5 overall. I'm not sure if this counts in the league or not. They're in different divisions. If it does, they're 2-0. New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva is now 2-8 overall on the season. And they would be, if this counts as a conference game, 0-2. As I said,
One's in the East and one's in the West Division of the Gopher Conference. We do have both Kenyon-Wanamingo and New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva coaches shows, so tune in tomorrow morning. The Kenyon-Wanamingo one follows our Faribault coaches show about 10:30. Right after the Faribault show, bang, there goes the Kenyon-Wanamingo show. I'm hoping to get a hold of Coach Lurkin here and do a taping in this gym and do a quick taping on this gym for that show tomorrow. And we usually visit with Annika Peterson, the head girls coach. They have been so good. I think they only have one loss all year. They're state ranked and having a fantastic season. Well, who knows what might happen? Those Panther ladies could be back at the state tournament. They're that good. They're definitely that good. And we'll be visiting with Coach Peterson tomorrow morning. Big thank you to all of our super sponsors who made our broadcast possible tonight, including Taji Jewelry, downtown Kenyon. Not only do they have great diamonds, they have a great selection. They have the best selection of jewelry in the region, maybe even the state. Now, I can't say that for sure because I haven't been inside every jewelry store in Minnesota. But they do have a great selection of items there at Taji Jewelry in downtown Kenyon. Also, Milo Peterson Ford, Highway 56 North in Kenyon. Remember our keys to the game. Keep your turnovers down. Well, they kind of got into turnover-itis when the Panthers slapped on the press, and I guarantee Coach Schmidt wishes now he would have slapped that press on sooner because it might have been a different result. 54-47, Kenyon-Wanamingo wins tonight. Our stats have all been a service of H&R Block. They know their numbers can assist you with your numbers. Get all your paperwork together, and you can either do in person where you sit down with a tax preparer. They ask you some questions. You give them the answers. You can volunteer, of course, some information to them if you think it's important. Or you can just drop it off, have them do it, and call you when they're done. That's how I've done it since COVID, because my time is precious. Not that I love my preparer, don't get me wrong, but I kind of like just dropping it off, and then they call me if they have any questions. Hey, I don't have this number. Can you get it for me? That sort of thing. And I can. It is the way to go, in my opinion. Again, everybody's different. Everybody has different tastes. That's why they have that flexibility at H&R Block offices in Owatonna, in Lakeville, and in Faribault. Wanamingo Mutual Insurance Agency, Amesbury Truth, Federated Insurance, bringing you our broadcast tonight here from New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva High School, with a final score again for the final time. Kenyon-Wanamingo 54, New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva 47. Tomorrow it's MIAC Conference men's basketball. Carleton is at Concordia. We'll be in Moorhead to bring that to you. Our coverage begins at 2:45 with a 3 o'clock tip-off, and that could be a really good game. Concordia is very good, and of course Carleton isn't so shabby either, the defending MIAC Conference champions. Till then, this is Gordy Kosfeld. If you don't join me tomorrow, have yourself